pleasure to welcome you to this Christmas reception. Reception organized jointly by the European Commission office here in Stockholm in Sweden and the city of Stockholm, represented by Per Ankersjö, Vice Mayor for the Environment. Well, Christmas has come and it's time to look back at the year that has been behind us. And of course, in the context of Stockholm, this has been the year marked notably by Stockholm being the European capital, European green capital, the European capital for the environment, which now comes to an end. And I'm going to give the floor very soon to Per Ankersjö to, well, close this year here in Stockholm. It's a year that has seen many events. Stockholm, of course, as many of you will know, was the first green capital, the first European green capital. We are now moving to Hamburg, and we will have with us His Excellency, the Ambassador of Germany, also to receive, if you want, a symbolic gift of transmission over to the new European green capital. And we have with us His Excellency, the Ambassador of Belgium, as part of the presidency, which also is coming to an end, if everything goes well, in a couple of days or weeks. 2010 has, of course, been, in addition to all the events that we've had here together also, Stockholm have organized many on their own, but we've also had many of the Green Capital events here in the House of Europe. 2010, of course, for the EU has been a challenging year, notably in the field of economy. And as usual, when there is a challenging year for the EU, the prophets of doom come to the surface very quickly. And there's only one constant feature in the relationship between prophets of doom and the EU, and that is that prophets of doom are always proved wrong. As this year, we have also laid the foundation for new strategic work, Europe 2020, and many of the works, many of the strategies that will guide the EU's and the Commission's work in the years ahead. 2011, a year that is now being very close to us, we'll of course see new discussions, notably on the long-term budget, which, once again, we will face and live up to the challenges. I want to, first of all, thank you all, because there's one common feature of all of you that have been invited here tonight, and that is that, as with the city of Stockholm, you all represent organizations that we have worked with this last year, in 2010, through different activities, and all of these activities have been aimed at raising different EU issues and stimulating to debate on relevant EU initiatives. I think about its organizations from the region of Sörmland to the region of West Sweden, to the Swedish Youth Association, to the Swedish Association of Nature Conservation, so many others that I don't mention here, but that are equally important. And of course, to finish off with the city of Stockholm, that we have worked with. I want to thank you for having taken your time to share with us this common responsibility that it is to communicate about the EU. It's been a very positive experience from our side. It's been an opportunity to lift EU issues in the Swedish context at national level, at regional level, at local level, and of course, very often at the Stockholm Central Station, where many of the embassies that are here today have worked with us on EU communication. Once again, thank you very much. We look forward to working with you in 2011. We very much look forward to continue engaging on EU communication here in Sweden with all of you in 2011. I'll just, before I give the word to Per Ankersjö, I'll just lift my glass. Wish you all a very happy, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. God jul och gott nytt år.
Thank you, dear Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me as Stockholm's Vice Mayor for the Environment to be here today together with the European Commission and the German Embassy to hand over the European Green Capital title. Since we have English-speaking guests here, I will also hold my speech in English. Let me start by thanking the European Commission for launching this prestigious award. The European Commission knows that cities today are a powerful player for a sustainable society. The award acknowledges and rewards the important work that cities throughout Europe are doing and how rewarding the power of example can be. This award was launched by the Commission as a daring experiment. Nobody could know for sure what the outcome would be. Yet, it is now firmly established as a tradition, with two new European Green Capitals appointed for 2012 and 2013. Being the first European Green Capital has been a fantastic journey, which started with the application process. It gave us a detailed, updated and in-depth view of the city of Stockholm's sustainability, how it worked, and the friendly competition with 34 other cities. It allowed us to compare our work using standard measurements. We were able to see which areas still leave room for improvement and where we excel. So let me tell you about some examples which have attracted worldwide international attention. Our cutting-edge urban planning with well-known areas such as Hammarby Sjöstad and of course the future Stockholm Royal Seaport and their high-tech waste management system. Here in Stockholm, waste is not a problem, but an asset. Another important example is our extensive district heating system. District heating now provides 80% of Stockholm's heating needs, which is quite a lot, considering the weather we have had recently, with temperatures as low as 15 degrees below Celsius. I'm sure you know about that. Our water treatment is world-class and provides some of the most delicious clean drinking water in the world. Carefully monitored throughout the cleaning process, the city of Stockholm provides drinking water for over 1 million citizens. The city's public transport also works to reduce carbon emissions and improve the environment in the city center. 78% of Stockholmers use public transportation, and all inner city buses run on renewable fuels. This also helps increase air quality in the city center. Our congestion charge was introduced permanently in 2007 and cut emissions of greenhouse gases by almost 14% in the city center and decreased traffic by at least 20%. Stockholm has the world's biggest open fiber network. It opens up new possibilities for municipal services. These e-services, as we call them, allow Stockholmers to compare and grade different services with new applications continuously being added. When we compiled the application for this award, we realized how much we actually do, and it gave us also a sense of pride. The Commission also gave us an assignment, and that was to act as a role model. We have, during this year, welcomed Europe and the rest of the world to Stockholm to share both our achievements and lessons learned from negative experiences. And here are some examples. 12 expert seminars were held this year, covering different topics such as road dust, biodiversity, hazardous substances, and water treatment. We have received more than 100 study tours during this year from cities like Leipzig, Copenhagen, Nicosia, Cologne, Rotterdam, Seoul, and Beijing to see for themselves how we have solved our sustainability challenges. Several groups of international journalists have been to Stockholm to report about the first European Green Capital. 84 cities were represented in Stockholm among the almost 400 delegates at the European Green Capital Conference held in October. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our year as European Green Capital. Hamburg will take over as role model. I am eager to hear what Hamburg will share with us in 2011. Stockholm is a dynamic city that offers many opportunities, but we must continually strive for improvement. The status quo is not an alternative for us. In a changing world, standing still equals falling behind. We must embrace change and not fear the untried or the unknown. And I would like to take this opportunity to send out a warm thank you to all our partners for their fantastic work during this year in helping us create the first European Green Capital ever. This would not have been possible without your knowledge and engagement. With these two photos representing Stockholm, I would like to thank Mr. Pierre Chalekens for this year's fruitful cooperation and hope we will continue our work together. I would also like to wish the best of luck to Dr. Joachim Brücker, representing Germany and the city of Hamburg, who is European Green Capital next year. I assure you that this will be the most exciting year for you too. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Först är det en stor ära och glädje för mig att ta emot på stadens Hamburgs vägnar den här tavlan. And I would also like to say that I think Hamburg is a good choice for the second green capital of Europe. They're actually engaging, of course, in all the subjects that you have engaged, and they have a quite ambitious agenda on being sustainable. So in summer next year, we'll have a youth summit on the environment. Youth from all over Europe will be invited for this. There is also a Green Port City initiative, because, as you know, Hamburg is the most important harbor port, and they have actually tried to make this port very sustainable and to propagate the idea of making ports sustainable. That's just 3 of the things that will happen next year. Thank you very much, and we will hopefully have a very good year with Hamburg as the green capital of Europe.
Thank you very much.
Over the current Belgian presidency, which will arrive to the conclusion of its mandate at the end of December. But from a practical point of view, just before Christmas. Meanwhile, there are still some important meetings this week, like the Foreign Affairs Council today, the European Council at the end of the week, and next week we will get the last Environment Council on the 20th of December, and on top of that, there is an extraordinary council of the Minister of Finance to try to solve the solution of the budget 2011. As far as the Belgian presidency is concerned, I would say so far so good. Maybe it's too early to jump to conclusions, but Belgium can really be satisfied with the results we have obtained until now. Why? In fact, as one of the 6 founding member states of the European Union, Belgium gained, since the Treaty of Rome, a lot of experience in the past decades, not only as a member of the EU, but also occasionally as President of the Council of Ministers. It is the 12th time, indeed, we are taking on the responsibility of the presidency. The good functioning of the Belgian presidency can also be explained by its meticulous preparation in the context of a group presidency, a trio, consisting in that case of Spain, Belgium and Hungary. If, as I said, it's too early to jump to conclusion, I can give you some indications concerning the results which have been obtained until now. Slutlingen willen je bara ons en de richtige goede jullie.